all good, Michael. It's all good.
I did not put a title on this, so that's going to be my fault. Bill King's Fantasy Football League. It's your man Tony D, aka the Random Multi Broadcaster. This is Division Conference Championship weekend for the 2024 season, season 3 of the broadcast. 2024 Conference Championship weekend. I am joined by my man, Fireman Richard the Morning Coffee. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, Rumble Studio.
2025.
2025. Thank you. 2025. My apologies. I'm got to wake up. Rich, how you doing, damn it?
I'm doing good, Tony. Good Sunday morning, and good morning to you, Michael.
Good morning. We've been talking about different platforms this morning in the green room, talking about all the changes that have happened in 2025 so far. It's been really interesting. Um, I'm amazed by all the coaching hires that have come about. Pete
Yeah,
Carroll.
you have to
Pete
go over.
Carroll now is,
Did he get hired?
he got hired.
He got hired. Yes, he got
Who
hired.
hired him?
We
He got
have
hired.
slides.
The Raiders. We also joined by Michael Bathurst,
That's
hashtag
huge.
StatMGB, so he can go ahead and get started because I already see it
That
coming.
is
Mike, how you
huge.
feeling?
I have not
Go
heard anything
gentlemen, go.
about that.
Go
That
gentlemen, go, because y'all jokers. Go
More
ahead.
so now than ever. I don't know if you know this. They're not really sure where Russell Wilson's going to end up because he loves Pete Carroll. They have the history that they had with the Seahawks, and he is considering going and being the head quarterback for. So it looks like Aiden O'Connell may not have a job.
Good morning, Tina. How you doing?
Good morning, Tina.
So there's going to be a lot of changes. We know this every year that the rosters change about 35% on
Yes.
each team.
Yes.
35% is the norm.
All right,
Um,
gentlemen. Recaps on last week because I am still pissed, and I will admit this. My Super Bowl prediction was shot down last weekend.
why
So,
is that, Tony?
because I wanted a Lions Ravens Super Bowl, and both teams lost.
Okay.
Both teams lost. Um, Lions lost. Yes, I'll consider it a heartbreaker, especially after last season when they made it right to the NFC Championship game and almost got to the Super Bowl. Ravens lost. Oh my God. When Mark Andrews, well, when the ball bounced off of him, I'm not going to say he dropped it. I'm going to say it bounced off of him. Ladies and gentlemen, it is cold. If you've never played football in the cold, you know that football is going to bounce. I don't 100% blame him for it, but that was a nail biter for me. Good games both weekends. I mean, both last weekend. Both of the games were great. Gentlemen, your thoughts, if you don't mind.
I'm not shocked at all. I had suspicions that that might happen. Is that my wind or your wind? That's
Yours.
it's whistling Dixie here.
Wow.
Sorry.
Sound like
That's
the Wizard of Oz
Toronto.
3 is about to start.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Toronto right now
Jesus.
is warmer than usual.
I thought
Uh,
Tony was doing a sound effect for this
no,
weather for this
not
the football game.
not at all. Do you guys still like the Jets?
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
course I do.
That's I
Here is
And
a
I'm
great
going to.
human being right here. This is a very powerful man who was a player, who played for the Jets, knows what he's
Yes,
in
he did.
for. It's almost like when you see
Tina, where the tomatoes, Tina? Where the tomatoes,
it's
Tina?
like when you see Brian in the comments, you kind of know what you're in for.
Oh, goodness. Brian, I ain't see you down there, cuz. What's happening? What's happening? Good morning.
So I think this will be a good fit. I just find it interesting that they hired another defensive coach. What do you guys think?
I think I spoke
Did
on
you?
this earlier. Aaron Rodgers can take care of the offense. They need somebody to take care of the defense. Now, they had that with Saylor. Robert Saylor was doing the defense for the most part. Aaron Rodgers was running the offense as best as possible. I was actually good with that. So my thing now is, what are they going to do and how are they going to do it? I just got to see how it's going to go because we're not happy with what's been going on the past 2 seasons as Jets fans. We are not satisfied. Plain and simple. We are not satisfied, and we need something to break through.
Well, here's the thing. If you look at Rogers' numbers, just his numbers, statistical,
Mm-hmm.
he is fine. But all of us in this room, and I think we agree, we don't really care too much about stats. We want you to win.
I
We
won't
want
say
you to
that.
win. Well, Lamar let you down. He let me down last year.
He didn't let me down.
Oh,
He
he
didn't
let
let me
me
down at
down
all.
last year. I
I'm a
was
kid.
devastated. I was like, I thought for sure they were going to run away with it. And then you look at the 49ers, they had that one chance. And then I don't know if you guys remember this, but Detroit felt like they missed the one chance.
Mm, yeah.
They've been last season. I feel like they got
Right. But
robbed.
do you remember directly after the game, he was talking about that might have been the only chance? He was broken. Yo, you don't remember that?
He was broken. He was broken. I don't think so. I mean, he may have said it, but I don't think it's the only chance. I think they got another round
Yeah.
to
Well,
go.
if there ever was a chance for them to do well, it was this year. But the defense, he was getting people off the street pretty much. That's how bad it was.
Yes, he was.
Rich, what do you think? You're a New Yorker, you know?
About the Jets,
Yeah, what do you think about this? Do you know
I
this?
think they're gonna, they got to rebuild because this season it was almost a carbon copy of last season. Other than the coach, when you start firing the coach in the middle of the season, that's an indication the team's not doing that well. So I think they got to rebuild. They got to restructure. They can't be doing the same model that they've been doing over the. They need to change something to shake it up and to get them competitive again. I don't think that you could say that maybe one game, two games this year, Aaron Rodgers did real good, and you could say, oh, they were almost they didn't even reach the competitive level, I think,
Right.
and stuff. And it's just that it's just one of those teams. We've seen the teams this year that we said, oh, they're going to make it all the way. Like disappointment for me is San Francisco. Where's San Francisco? Left in the dust. And I mean, we're not even talking about the Chargers, and the Chargers ended up making it to the playoffs and stuff like that. So again, that's what I always say
I'm
about.
flabbergasted how well they did.
Yeah,
Rich, yeah,
the
do you
same here.
remember?
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I think we all are because, I think that goes back to the power of coaching, and that's what the Jets need. They need a good coach. They don't need a distraction. And I think Aaron Rodgers, as good as a quarterback he is, he brings distractions to the team.
Oh, huge, huge political everything. I totally agree with you.
I
And
don't know about the political part, but it's
he's like me in this broadcast. He's a disruptor. Here, so we have here one of I think the best quarterbacks in the league. But here's the problem right now: his knee is shot. It's not good.
right,
He has still a concussion. I don't care what they're saying. It was 3 weeks ago. He is still suffering from that.
right.
He, you know what's nice about his team though? He
What's that?
doesn't have to be 100% for them to win. He's got Saquon Barkley. He's got that incredible defensive line, and the O line's pretty good.
Right.
He can at
They're a
times
solid team.
run.
They're a solid coach team as far as that goes, Philly.
Yeah, he ran one in the other day.
Yeah.
He's still got wheels.
Yeah.
What do you think,
He's
Tony?
still he's still semi hurt, isn't he though, too? He's you
His
know,
knee's shot,
yeah, so he's got to be careful because one hit
and
doesn't
and
say
and the and the concussion part is really bad.
right.
Um,
Morris Chestnut was on ESPN talking with Stephen A. Smith about
mhm.
football. Jalen Hurts is pretty much a better QB than most people are giving him credit for. I
Right.
100% agree. He is playing injured. He's got a team that'll carry him. He's got wide receivers that will help as well as
Right.
the running back. They just need him
His stats
100%.
are horrible. I don't know if
Who's?
they're not great. They're not. But do you know who also has not great stats? And I'm not talking about playoffs. I'm talking regular season.
Mhm.
Patrick Mahomes. His stats were not great. But I really feel like they were like, we're not giving it at all. We're going to save it to the end. We've got so much in the tank.
That's exactly what Kansas City's
Yeah,
doing. I
they
agree.
were like, I'm not going to. And, there's always going to be issues. Some people hang on to the past, and I feel sorry for people. Like, America's team will always be, I don't care what they say, it is always going to be the Cowboys. The Cowboys are the biggest franchise in the world. The problem is you have people, even in this room, who will not let go of things they know are wrong. And they just won't let go of certain individuals who sweat a lot and don't move much. There he is right there.
Keep going.
But
Hmm.
Dak Prescott, if he doesn't do it this year, what do you think about the coaching situation? They've fixed that up. Did you know that?
Well, who's the coach for Dallas? They released
It's
what's his
it,
name,
it
didn't
it's going to be a slide soon.
they? Oh, okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's a great choice. I got really excited when they were going to get Prime.
Yeah, but
That was
sometimes people may think it's the wrong choice, but then that might come true. We knew the coach for San Diego was a good coach
yeah.
college wise, but who would have thought he would be this good or this much of a? He was a factor for San Diego as far as to get them into the and coaching
Brian,
decisions.
stop that.
What did Brian
But
say?
but Brian, and I don't like this about the football league. They're all saying it's fixed, and the referees are in their pocket. But they're saying the same thing about the Buffalo Bills. They were saying the same thing that the Buffalo Bills, that Josh Allen was buddies with the refs and showing him talking to the refs. Well, he said something he shouldn't have said, and then he apologized in a heat
I think
moment.
that the ref initiated that particular conversation
Yeah,
because he went over and they came to an understanding. So refs will do that to players. They'll let them know, hey, you're about to cross the line, so tone it back a little bit. And I think Josh Allen accepted that because he patted the ref. But people looking that pat on the back, they'll take it as, oh, he's in with the refs. No, the refs can come over and talk to the players if they have an issue. That's a respect the refs have for the players.
yeah. Tony, who do you think are going to be the comeback teams this year? Coming up, coming up.
Schottenheimer, says
Mhm. Right now, I don't know.
I have a sneaking
Schottenheimer. That's who it is.
yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that the Cowboys will do better. I don't think they'll win 12 games, but I think they might win 10. I
I'll take that back.
Yeah, well, you know why? They've got they've got someone who's helping them.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady is the
Pete
reason.
Carroll is right.
That's why they brought Pete Carroll back. They know the power of seniors. Look at the power of the senior in here right now, Fireman Rich. He's just stealing the broadcast. We when we think there isn't any gas in the tank, he's revving back there. And if you bring up Aaron Rodgers, you're done.
No, he's a past thought now as far as
Right now,
Yeah,
the Raiders should be a comeback team. I want to see Carolina do better.
I think they will.
I think they're on a path to improvement. I think they're on a path to improvement. Jacksonville needs to do better.
Yeah,
New Orleans should be back if everybody stays healthy. Denver, you got them on the radar, so
oh
you can keep
yeah,
a watch on
definitely,
them.
definitely.
Um, and that's pretty much it for right now. As far as teams who need to make the playoffs or make a decent run, the Raiders have it. They've always had a roster and keep botching. I don't know what the hell's going on with them. Brian, I'm not doing this with the Jerry Jones. Oh, here's another thing. Let me throw this out there. All Cowboy
oh, I love
fans,
that voice today. That is insane.
all
That is insane.
Cowboy fans, and I've been running with Cowboy
Yeah.
fans since '83. I don't care what nobody says. What's going on with the Cowboys? Everybody wanting Jerry Jones to be fired. If Jerry Jones goes, that franchise is going to tank. He is increasing the value. As much as we want a Super Bowl again, he's already got three. He's hosted every major sporting event except for the Olympics. The man wants the Olympics in Dallas. If you get the Olympics to go, then he'll probably step down. Everybody wants Jerry Jones gone. They've been wanting Jerry Jones gone damn near since he
Yeah.
got there because he fired Tom Brady. And then Jimmy Johnson and him fell out. And they ain't been right since, but he's got three Super Bowls under his ring, under his belt since he got there. The franchise is improving in value every year. You
Oh,
cannot
he's a
knock him for
businessman.
that. He's a
Yeah.
businessman. His players are getting paid. His players are getting paid. His players are getting paid. We as the fans got to look a little bit more
The
than just the Super
problem with
Bowl.
him, though, the only problem is this:
Go ahead.
is he's a lot like Aaron Rodgers. He's disruptive. He doesn't help the flow of, like, players need to be heard. Teams,
Terrible. How you
coaches
doing?
need to
Thank
be
you for
able
coming.
to do what they need to do. The last time
They
they
do.
won the Super Bowl, they had a really strong-headed coach who has finally recently been able to be back on the field and honored, and he's a commentator Anybody who knows this person, they should know. He was a
It's not Jimmy Johnson. You're not talking
yes,
about
I
Jimmy
am.
Johnson, are you? Okay, well then let me tell you where you're a little bit wrong. Barry Switzer got the last Super Bowl
Yeah,
after Jimmy Johnson.
that happened to be momentum.
It was momentum. I 100% agree. I
Yeah,
just want
no,
to throw
no, I
that out
agree
there.
with
I
you.
do
But
agree with that.
again, we're
Everybody says
talking
that.
about
Everybody
stats.
says that.
So
Yes.
can we
Yes.
transition into Fireman Rich right here? Fireman Rich,
Yeah. Let's let Five Man
yeah,
Rich talk, man.
let's.
Let's let Five
I
Man Rich got some
yeah,
things to
we
say. Let
want that
Five Man
brain
Rich
power
talk,
going.
please.
It's because I've been spending so much time in China lately. Okay, so here we go. Jordan Love, is he worth the money? We talk about this every week. Jordan,
I thought we were
no,
going
I
to let
am.
Rich
I'm
talk.
asking him the question. I'm directing the flow.
Oh, okay. Well
Well,
done.
I'm
Well
looking
done. I'm
at
gonna let you.
those
I'm gonna let you run with
quarterbacks,
it.
and
Hmm.
one that I guess if you just look at his annual salary with the team, Josh Allen's only getting 40. But if you look at his overall net worth, just so you know, Josh Allen's is worth 70 millions as of November 2024. So those other quarterbacks, what they get, I'm not worried about it. Josh Allen's doing it for 40 million as far as his salary, but he's getting promotional, so he's getting his due. And I imagine some of these other, they're not even factoring in what they make on their commercial ads
Yeah,
as far as that goes. As far as I'm not sure about Lamar Jackson. Um, uh, I know Mahomes there. He's all over the commercials. I mean, every other commercial I watch, especially on the weekend, is Mahomes. So he's making big money. They make more money. I think Jordan, he's Michael Jordan. He set the standard that he was making more at the height of his NBA career
yeah,
endorsements. Then, so that's where the value is, the longevity, and that's if you look at who's the Travis brother that from Philly there. He look what he's doing. He's a commentator on ESPN and stuff like that. This the contract of what the quarterbacks. Well, I guess I look at it different. Is if they're successful, they're going to have a uh, a career after football, and all you have to do is look at Tom Brady. He's a commentator, national wide commentator now on the TV there, and he's a part owner of a football team. So the annual contracts, it's a discussion with me, but I don't put any real emphasis on you know are they worth that much or something like that. There's so much big money they could probably pay them maybe an extra 20 million on that 55 million for the top level, and they're still making money.
I have a rumor, and it's a very strong rumor, and I want to share it with you guys. Um, our dear friend here, a friend of the show, of course, Trevor Lawrence, because we speak so highly of him every week. Um, he is really being considered by the Jets as their new quarterback. Have you heard about that?
No,
They're talking about doing a monster deal to get him.
I don't
Yeah.
know. I've not
would
heard that.
Carolina? I don't think Carolina. I, wow, that's I don't.
No, Trevor Lawrence is with the Jags, and
Or Jaguars.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
sorry, that's
Jaguars.
okay.
Yeah.
And they're in negotiation of multiple players to get him. Yeah,
I have not seen that.
and it's been the last couple of weeks. It's been whispered, and this is what happens in, you know, back rooms where guys are talking about stuff. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. One of the things that upset,
I
I
could see that.
think, our dear friend
I
Fireman
could see that.
Rich a lot this year was I said to him, I don't feel that the Buffalo Bills have enough for Josh to make it all the way. That he is going to have
Ooh.
to change. He
But
won't.
but I would have to
I'm gonna
say
let these two have this
Lawrence
conversation.
has he said this in the past how much he's committed to that team. So that's where I think it could be talk, but I think it's not really substantial. Especially at the Eddie, there's a whole bunch of stuff. Like I said, I guess I don't really look at it like I had no idea about the coaches as far as that go, and that just blew me away when you see Carroll. I thought he was at an age where he's just figure, okay, I'll
He
just go
was
with some
promoting
people.
himself like crazy.
Yeah.
He was going to all the teams, talking to them, and here is the thing, and I don't know if Tony knows this, but they're willing to give up three key players to get him. The
Who is the
Jets.
Jets?
3 key players and draft picks in the future. That's how much they believe that they can turn him around. And they've been talking about Sauce Gardner, like
I don't like it.
Garrett Wilson. It is in the mix. They're talking. The other thing they're also, and I don't know if you know this, the Bears desperately wanted Mike Tomlin. Did you know that? They called the Steelers multiple times saying
You know
we're
what?
willing to do.
You know what? Let's talk about that. Let's
Yeah.
talk about that. Let's talk
Now,
about that.
but
Let's
they
talk about
ended
that.
up with
Pittsburgh to Chicago. Mike Tomlin's going to end his career, and he's a
no, I know, but the Bears had been knocking on the door for
man.
months saying please, but then they ended up getting someone who's okay.
Tomlin to the Bears might have worked because he's always been, well, his coaching in the Steelers. We've always said how his defense controls the game. He needs major. The Bears need major change in offense. Period. That's it. Defensively, they're not a problem. It's the offense that's got issues. But the Steelers don't let their coaches go like that. Those coaches sit there 20 years and they're pretty much good. They solidify themselves with the franchise, which I understand. And maybe there's something else going on we haven't seen
Hmm.
enough of. It would have been good for Chicago. I don't know if it would have been good for Tomlin. And I'll be honest about that. We got Bobby Shadow over there on TikTok. Bobby Shadow.
Aw,
Wow. Appreciate you
thank
coming
you for
through.
being here. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you for coming through. Anybody over there on TikTok, we do not see the comments, but thank you all for being here. Everybody everywhere else, if you're watching and you never commented, thank you for being here. We're going to keep this going. Mike keeps the info. Rich keeps the updates as well. I'm sitting back. There isn't
I'm
much for me to
curious
say.
about we've got a whole
Hmm.
bunch of people who are coming up that are freelance. They're going to be freelance
Hmm.
and they're going to be open to the market. There's quite a
Hmm.
few. Is there any way that you could acquire that list, Farm and Rich? Can you
What
have
list is that?
people who are available in the new year and have no contract? What do you call that?
Uh,
Free agent.
Free agents.
oh, who's the free agents?
Yeah, who are the free agents?
Let's see.
Yeah, and there's big names. There is a lot of big names of players that are going to be available on the market. Have you heard the latest that Tampa Bay is very interested in the disruptor as well? Do you know who the disruptor is? He plays for.
Stephon Diggs.
Nope, nope.
Who?
Who is the
Who?
most? Who is a very fathering receiver? A very father.
You ain't right. You ain't right.
Number
That would be good.
one from what I just doing a regular Try Smith for Kansas City.
Yeah, and nothing else. You don't see
Oh
anything
yeah,
else.
there's a whole bunch. There's
Yeah,
Will Fries,
yeah,
Trevor Jenkins,
yeah. T
Kevin.
Hicks. T Hicks is
Uh,
available. Did
I'm
you
not
know
seeing
that?
him. He's down. He's not in the top 10. I'm
How
not.
can he not be in the top 10? Now they have the right to take him if they'll pay him, but he is
Right,
pretty much free.
right. This
Brock Purdy. Brock
Who? T.
Brock
Higgins?
Purdy is also coming up free agent.
got
He ain't going nowhere.
No.
these are all guards. Let's see. Let me look at this a different way here.
Yeah.
That's a different
Ray
list. So,
Davis, guys, I think is one of the unsung heroes of the league this year with the Buffalo Bills. I hope. Okay, I want to put this one up. Just
well,
one
it
second.
depends on what list you look at for what is
Yeah.
this PFF. They've got their number one is a wide receiver T. Higgins for the Cincinnati Bengals,
Yeah. Right there.
Troy
There.
Smith, Kansas City Chiefs, Javon
Yes.
Hollins from Miami Dolphins, Chris Godwin from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Eric
Godwin is a
Mack,
great receiver.
DJ Reed for the Jets, is Amari Cooper for the Buffalo Bills.
Amari Cooper. Yeah. They
And,
got him on a deal for what, $800,000. That
yeah,
was it.
Ronnie Stanley for Baltimore Ravens, Sam Donald, Minnesota Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings going to probably keep him. Josh Sweat from the Philadelphia Eagles. Stephon Diggs, who cares? He's not happy. He should have stayed.
Minnesota's really good though at harvesting
Yeah.
quarterbacks. They stole, the quarterback from New York. They're hoping that he'll come back around. So, um, are you guys ready here with Gardner Minshew? Where's he going to end up? Is he going to lose his job? And is Russell Wilson going to leave the Steelers? He loves the Steelers and he loves Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
Why would he
Right.
leave?
But he loves Pete Carroll as well, and he loves the warm weather.
It's not always warm in Vegas.
Yeah,
Don't
it
be
was
fooled.
snowed this week.
I've been in Vegas when it's cold. That cold and that heat is
Yeah.
off the chain. They do see all 4 seasons. Golf Hawk, ladies and gentlemen, the league champ, 3-time league champ, Golf Hawk.
Thank you
is
for
in the
being here.
building.
We
I got to
appreciate
give
you.
it. The Patrick Mahomes of the league himself. He is the
We are
man.
into the
He is
first
the
half
man.
an hour,
He is the
guys.
man.
I just wanted to tell you, and I just
As far as going back to Russell Wilson, he is a free agent without
That's
a
right.
contract. He said Monday that he wants to play as
Yeah.
long as possible. Reiterating a statement he made in November that he wants to play 5 or 7 more years. I think he's capable of playing at least 3 more years.
Easily. Golf Hawk, I need you to work on the logo. I've been
He's
trying to
always
work on
been
that
my
for you. I gotta get
plan.
you a daggone icon, some type of CGI AI selfie, something. I need you to work on it. I'm trying to work on one for you. I can't get it
No.
right. Get at me before the week is over, man. Good seeing you, and I appreciate you coming
No,
through.
no,
Rich, I
you're okay,
apologize.
Tony. This
We got
Please
to talk to
continue, Rich.
people in
Please
the
continue.
But this
audience.
guy,
He
yes,
understands.
we have to, yeah. This kid, this is the future of the Washington Commanders right here.
He is the future, I think, honestly, of the league, guys.
If he wins,
They are going to study this for the next 20 years on how they did that, how they went from being the laughing stock of the league to being feared, where now players want to go to the Commanders, and they did anything in their power to stay away from the Commanders.
Tony, wouldn't you say that what Michael just said about the Washington Redskins, the model that they have at the Washington Redskins, if the Jets were to emulate that model, that it could work for the Jets?
They've tried.
Have they tried the same? Okay.
The Jets have tried. It's not working.
I've often wondered if he would have done.
In my opinion.
yeah.
In my opinion.
Do you
I'd
guys
say
think
that.
he would have done as well, though, if he had been in, let's say the Bears had taken him?
No.
I don't think his season would have been as good.
Circumstances would have been changed. It would have been different.
The only thing that's going to change with the Jets is if they change everything the way the Commanders did. They're not going to do that. If people want to see somebody gone, right now it's going to be the Jets management ownership. I'm gonna come off management. We're going at the top. The same way we're going to the top with Dallas, we got to go to the top of the Jets. They have changed everything but the owner. And I don't know what the hell.
Did you hear what the previous owner of the Washington Commanders said? He's pissed because they're 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
Yeah, he's pissed. He's pissed. And I don't blame him.
He had to sell it,
He's
I guess.
pissed.
He had no choice, right? Because
had to sell it for running his mouth.
Exactly,
Yes.
yeah.
He had to sell it for running his mouth. So what we got here? Oculus brain training getting the abilities. He is a dual threat. I agree, Golf Hawk. He is a dual threat. The Commanders, me and Brian talked about this the first season of these broadcasts. And we said they were going to have a promising future. I think Brian said they were going to see a Super Bowl before. Mike, I think that was you that said it as well. I think Brian said it before you did. I gave him 5 years. Belt Kings Fantasy Football League's only been on for 3 seasons. They're already almost there. Big ups to the Commanders, honestly. Great change. Everything is in place. Even people who hated the former name of that team has to give them their credit right now. Even me, I couldn't stand them. Look at them right now, and I'm not mad at them at all.
Here's the scary thing. I don't know if you guys know this. If they win today, which is a possibility, because if it's a shootout, they end up they can do 45 points like nobody. we're talking about the Commanders or the Redskins, as our dear friend Fireman Rich was saying, which I think it should be back the way it was. Um, if they do that, that is the first time in the history of the NFL that a rookie quarterback has made it to the Super Bowl ever. Ever. That's insane. What do you think of that, Fireman Rich? Can't hear you, buddy.
Who was the Jets quarterback in 1967 that went to the Super Bowl? He was a rookie. That was his rookie year, wasn't it? Or was that the
Yeah,
second year, Tony? I'm
I
not
think
sure.
it's his second year, bud.
Was it second year? Okay,
Yeah.
maybe it was. Okay, yeah. So this would be his. This would be his first year as far as that goes. So,
You're not
I
talking
think we,
about Joe Namath, are you?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. You're talking about the guy that used to wear pantyhose
yeah.
underneath
He got
his.
some big money wearing those pants.
No,
No, but
no, but
the
he
Washington
invented
Commanders.
spandex. Think about it. He was wearing spandex before everybody else did.
Well, yeah, yeah. He was ahead of his time and stuff. He was a bold
And you
guy.
know what? And now that he's at the burlesque and he's making extra money doing. Okay, go ahead.
But
You
the
always got to make a
Washington,
move.
the kid there for the Washington Commanders. It just goes to show the quality of, and we've seen this in other players, other positions that are
Hmm.
coming out of the college right now. College, your top players in college ball are right there equal. You look at all
It's a good point. What he's saying.
the
We are
players that are coming out.
underestimating. We're
Yeah. So
underestimating.
I think it's just the evolvement of the game that the systems that they have in
Yeah,
college,
yeah.
and they're driven to perform, and when they come in, they're already ready. Where the
But
norm
Jaden
was,
looks old already, guys. You look at him.
Oh,
He
he
looks like
doesn't.
an
Oh,
old
he
stop
man
looks
it.
to
Bobby
me.
seasoned. He
Shadow, I see
looks
you over there.
seasoned. He doesn't look
Bobby,
old.
you
He looks
behave
He
yourself,
seasoned. He
Bobby.
looks
looks
well seasoned in the pot for a long time. Okay, so here's an example of what we were talking about earlier. Okay, this year, and our dear friend here, Fireman Rich, brought this up. This is the best pool of quarterbacks I have ever
yeah.
seen, ever. And we're not even talking about J.J. McCarthy. We didn't even see him. We saw Drake May, unbelievable. Bo Nix, nobody knew him on the panel. I loved him in an interview. I saw him. And this Michael Penix guy that Tony D said, we all went, Tony, step away from the pipe. But he was right. So what do we got there? Five quarterbacks in 1 year that dominated the league. We've got Caleb, whose numbers weren't really that bad, right? Then we got this guy, Bo Nix, who's got a foundation like Fireman Rich. Don't talk
But
about China.
but when you look at the caliber of these players, Michael, like Knicks and like the kid from Washington, they're performing right away. When you look at the caliber of like a Mahomes, a Josh Allen, it wasn't until their third year in that they started performing, just starting to perform to just barely what these kids are doing now.
Nobody's
So
done what Jaden Daniels has done in the first year. Nobody.
no, I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm right there. Yeah, he's an amazement. We're going to see what happens today.
He's elusive. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You think you got him. Do you know how many times he got
But
the
the
fourth
thing
down
is,
for them?
in the same breath, you have to say the rest of that Washington Commanders team has stepped up big time compared to the past.
Right, but if you have a good quarterback, everybody elevates their
Yeah,
game.
look at the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are they're going to be unstoppable today.
Listen, Josh Allen has saved more jobs than anybody, Fireman Rich. He has saved more jobs than anybody. That guy is so good. I can't tell you how many coaching jobs would be gone if he wasn't there.
No, it's because of the coaching that has made Josh Allen.
He knows I'm poking him. He
No,
knows.
I'm not biting, Michael. You're not going to get me in there. Josh Allen's a damn good quarterback, as good as
Trying his
Mahomes.
ass off. He's trying his ass off, Rich.
It's a unique situation, and the thing is to say this quarterback he's performing well here, and to take him out and put him on another team. I think
Yeah.
you're going to have a different dynamics with the players and stuff.
Tony, I need your expertise on the next slide after we're done.
I'm listening.
Because he's got more depth in this than we do, unfortunately. And I'm sorry, Rich, but when it comes to stuff that happened in 2014, I think Yeah. So if you look at here, the Patriots, how did they go from being so dominant to being non-existent?
You
Is
don't have to
it
be a
like
rocket scientist to
Brady
figure
left and
that out.
Belichick
It's
left.
just their team.
Brady left and
Yeah.
Belichick left. That was it.
so if you look here, you got the Broncos, right? In
Uh-huh.
2015, you got the Patriots, you got the Eagles in there, but
Uh-huh.
the Eagles have not even gotten close. They
Yes, they
have
have.
that
Since the Super
right,
Bowl, yes, they
Jalen
have.
Hurts, but what happened there? The dominance of KC jumped up.
The dominance of KC jumped up. Philly finally got a Super Bowl for the first time ever. Big ups to the Eagles for that in 2017.
And a
Mahomes was on the
fumble.
way.
A
People said,
fumble,
"Oh,
right? The
we didn't
fumble
see
did
it."
them in.
Yeah, fumble.
So
Yeah,
Jalen's fumble did them
I
in.
got you.
That, yeah. But KC finds a way to
Yeah,
win.
yeah. They got you give somebody $500 million,
But
they're
look
gonna
at the
make sure you win.
dominance since 2014. Tom Brady's the only one who beat them, and then yeah, and
You know what the dominance is that you're not
Joe
acknowledging?
Burrow who beat them in
No,
2021.
the AFC over the
Uh
NFC. That used to
yeah,
be an
not
issue.
anymore.
So no, not anymore. Kansas
Yeah,
City was also a team lacking
yeah.
in Super
Do
Bowl
you agree with me
status.
though?
So they were.
Just hear me out. Now that he's gone, hit.
I've
No,
been
no.
hearing
I
you
need
out.
you to hear me out though. Good quarterbacks save jobs.
It's quarterbacks and
Good
coaches.
quarterbacks save jobs.
I think so. Yeah. Sometimes they don't. Look at Aaron Rodgers.
Good quarterbacks that get great results.
They're the commentators who look at the whole option instead of just trying to set me up. And fall for it. I think it's a team thing. It's about people working together, but then business is going to screw you. I really hate it when some of the best
Yeah.
teams organized break up due to business.
Is
Drives
he
me
done?
nuts. We've seen it.
Right
No,
here.
he's not. Who?
Matthew Stafford. I'm
No,
hearing music or
no.
something in the
I give him
background.
five
Is
more
that
seasons. I
me?
give him 5 more seasons. Yeah, probably you. Check your audio. I give Matt Stafford 5 more seasons. He should go down as one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. He should.
I'm here though.
Right now, he's above Dan. Well, yeah, I put him above Dan Marino right now.
Is he going to play Fireman Rich anymore? Matthew Stafford. Is he done, or is he going to go
No, I
to
think
another?
he's a fully capable quarterback and stuff. He's at the top of his game.
Is he
I
washed
don't
up
I don't
like
think he's
Aaron?
a has been like you project on a lot of these great quarterbacks and stuff, and you want him to go to other places and stuff. But I think he's
Are we talking about Josh Allen again?
no, just that
No, no.
you're
No.
talking
I
about
said I
Kansas
wanted
City in the
coaches to
past and
leave.
all
Not
that, and we had two important games on today that we haven't even
oh,
touched
are
upon.
they important? You're right, buddy. You're right about
And
that.
then that's the thing as far as that goes. But it's okay. No, this guy, I like this guy. I like the Rams. The Rams, they're another team that we thought they were going to be down in the dumps. They made it to the
Hmm.
playoffs. Who's this guy?
This is Micah.
I like his sneakers. Those are ass keys, I think.
He
I like those.
he's in a position now where if I was him, I would leave the Cowboys and I would go to other. It's time to go. And if you want, you only have a window of winning for so long, Tony, especially in that position,
This is a this is a
right? If you're a
fact.
quarterback, your lifespan is a little longer.
This is a fact.
But he can't keep his mouth shut.
He's frustrated.
Now, he's hated and he's loved. And
Yes,
here's the
both.
thing. I think the odds, if I had to bet my life, I would go with him winning again. I want Josh to win. Don't get me wrong. I want Josh to win. I don't think I can bear to see him lose again. And did you see how close their numbers are? He was pure brilliance last year, Josh. That was one of the most heartbreaking, insanely entertaining games I've ever seen in my entire life. And they are exactly right back where they were last year, again, battling it out. It's going to be phenomenal today.
But it's going to be
Phenomenal.
different. I think they're better prepared. Buffalo is. I
Yes.
think Kansas City, even though they've got a 2 point advantage,
Yeah.
I don't think the home field advantage is going to matter. They can play in that. They can probably play in the weather better than Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas City, all year long, they've won games by one. There's been at least two games that they were lucky, and I'll say that the game that they Buffalo won against Baltimore, they were lucky on that last 2 point because that would have changed it. So there's luck in the game, but the Bills are they're equally matched,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to see who gets the best of the other one, and it's going to come down who has takeaways because that's going to be the key in this game. And the one thing with the Bills, they've been flawless this year with uh, interceptions, fumbles, and stuff like that. And Josh Allen's really cleaned that up. That's been a big difference. Kansas City, uh, they have some weaknesses. The Bills have their weaknesses, but I think from my perspective, and I've seen Kansas City play,
Mm-hmm.
and you can say, oh, they won the championships before. That doesn't matter. What matters is what happens today. The two teams that meet today. You can talk till the cows come in about,
Uh-huh.
they've won this more than the Buffalo Bills. It's today's game that matters.
Yeah, and anybody can win any given Sunday. Anybody can
But
win.
like I said, I
Agreed.
really feel strongly that the Buffalo Bills will knock the Kansas City Chiefs off because they have a good
Go with
team.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that, and you're a Buffalo. You say you're a Buffalo Bills fan. If you're
Mm.
really truly a Buffalo Bills fan, Michael, you'd be saying yes, they're going to win. Well, it seems like when you talk about them, you're more in the Kansas City Chiefs camp, which is fine. That's fine. You have your perspective and stuff like that. But I
Think of
really
us like these brothers. They don't see eye to eye, but there's deep respect. This is you and I, Fireman Rich.
well the
You're the
difference is
taller one. You're the
the big
taller one.
difference to that, Michael. They're family, so as close as we are and stuff like that. And they're from the same country, so there's still a
Yeah.
no. I know the analogy you're talking about, though. But yeah, I agree. These
They
two,
they
these are
they
probably the
coach
two
very
great.
differently
These will
too.
go down as some of the two great coaches. As much as I don't really care too much sometimes with the Baltimore Ravens, their coach is a great guy, and San Diego Chargers coach. I just
Who
was
is the better coach of the two, though? What do you guys think?
thank you,
Sadie, thank you for
Sadie.
coming through, Sadie. How you doing?
Who do you think's the better coach?
Well, whoever has the most Super Bowls, right? That's the measuring stick, isn't it? That's what's saying who's a better team between the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs, right? Well, they got two Super Bowls to their one, so you say they're the better one. Is it because that's what history's looking at? You look at Tom Brady; he's one of the greatest quarterbacks. He's the only quarterback that's had 7 Super Bowls. They always mention that Super Bowl benchmark. So I think they're both equally. They're competitive. And I love it when they play against each other. Oh my
See,
God!
I think I'm Jim, the crazy one, because Jim is crazy, and you're the logical one. See, and that's where our is the
Not as
same.
much as logic, as much as common sense.
And I think with Jim would be like,
You
you
like
know
that one,
what?
Tony?
Yeah, yeah, I felt that. It was beautiful.
Oh
Lordy,
Lord.
lordy. No, I love their story. I've seen them
Yes,
on
I
with
do
their.
too. I do
I
too.
I think they're great. Now I want to talk about this just for a moment. I know it's not football. Just for a minute, okay?
I got a
Yes.
question. Can I ask a
Yeah.
question before you go? It's been 45 minutes. Richard, there anything you wanted to cover?
No, this is good. We're having a good broadcast. This is good because I didn't.
I think it's phenomenal. I just want to know if you had
No,
anything you
I'm
wanted to
going
cover.
along because Michael, he like you said, he's a very important facet to this broadcast because he brings topics that we can
Mike
bounce
brings
off
us
of
so
and
much
stuff
that
like
I'm
that.
grateful for. And before we get off of sports, I didn't know if there was
No,
anything you
no,
wanted to
just
get
that
on,
the
but
game. I can show. I do have the chart there as far as our
We
picks
could
for
do
this
that.
week,
We can do that.
real quick, as far as just to
Yeah,
put that
let's do
up and
that.
stuff.
Let's do that. Let's do
yeah,
that. Yeah,
let's do
I
that,
It's
like
Mike.
that.
Let's do that.
it's talkable,
That's
but
yeah.
this is the
Do you want to talk about Elon?
He said, just a minute. He said, wait. It's been 45 minutes. Mike said, just 1 minute. Let's just take a minute. Let's just take another minute. You done took 45. Keep
But
it
we have two important games, and the Commanders and Eagles, of course, and the Bill at 3:00, and then Bills and Chiefs. And this is how it matches up as far as on the chart here. It's oddly, Mike and Tony are predicting Philly and Kansas City, where everybody else and Tina also. Everybody else has Washington, Buffalo. I'm looking for the upset because I want the young quarterback to win and go to the Super Bowl. As much as if Philly goes, my hat's off to him. I think that's going to be a good game. It's going to be a very exciting game. I feel very strongly that I'm confident that the Bills will overcome the Chiefs. They've lost 3 times. I don't think they want to lose a 4th time, and I think they're set better than they have been in the last several years. And if they win this game, they just got to knock off the jinx of not winning a Super Bowl because they've lost. The Bills have lost it 4 times before. That's under I think it was Kelly was the quarterback then. So
Yes.
we have these 4 teams are at the top tier, and I think the only ones that we really thought we talked on a weekly basis that we're going to make it to this point. Because I think we looked at the national conference a little differently as far as the final 2, as far as that goes. So that's how we set up as far as that goes. I don't know if I showed you last week. This is the setup from last week for the divisional round, and you can see how close it is. At 3-1 for most of us. And the big thing was Detroit losing. That was a big factor in last week's playoff games.
Nobody saw that coming.
No, I didn't either. I was totally shocked. It was
Nobody saw that coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have time for the slide? Oh, sorry. You tell me.
No, I'm good. That's.
Yeah, you got his.
This is the to alignment to what he was talking about, and this is what's really scary for me because I do like to use logic in the past to dictate what's going to happen in the future. Unfortunately, every other team he's 6-0. The 2 teams that are the juggernauts, right? And I'm telling you right now, nobody wanted to go up against Joe Burrow. Nobody. And
which is why I had them 3rd as far as the AFC favorite.
And if you notice, Kansas City didn't get 1 point in that game. Not 1 point.
But how different? That was what 2 seasons ago, 3
No,
seasons.
this.
Yeah, but they're still a problem.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is.
Yeah, Joe Burrow is good, but it's other pieces that we're talking about that, and it's all I got to say with the Bills being 0-4 against they did beat them in the regular season. You got to take that in consideration, okay? So with playoffs, like I said, last year Josh Allen had a lot of problems with interceptions and stuff. He's cleaned that up. Their team, they make the other team cough the ball up. So we might see that today. Not to say Mahomes, he's a magician. He's done that as far as just when you think he's going to get clobbered, he tosses the ball, and Kelsey's right there. I think the key for the Bills is to contain Kelsey.
Agreed.
And but they do have some dangerous
and the running game.
I got to jump in on that. Kelsey's not.
Well, no, I'm not. I'm just saying if they because it seems last week he was a key factor, and that gets the momentum for other players to play better. Okay,
I agree.
And they have some receivers that are very deadly, but then again, they may not be as highlighted as the Kansas City receivers, but Buffalo has some receivers. They've got a tight end that gets there right in the crutch of it when need be.
That's Dawson Kincaid or Dawson.
Both.
Dawson not.
Both are good.
Dawson.
Both are good. Yeah.
Good. Let me throw this in about Kansas City. And if I was a gambler, if I was gambling, I would put money in favor of Kareem Hunt and Samaje Perine. Something's telling me because Samaje Perine is overdue.
Over 2 factor. Yeah.
Kareem Hunt was a beast before he left, and now he's back. And I caught a couple of players on the last game they played. Kansas City's offense is loaded. Again, the defense has to kick in. Buffalo has enough of both. This is going to be ugly. I got to take a nap before I watch this game. I don't want to miss a couple of factors. The Washington Commanders Eagles game, without question, all hands on deck. I've been saying it about both teams all season. I've been saying it about both teams AFC wise all season. I don't think Kareem Hunt's getting his credit like he deserves. Because I remember before he left, we was like, why in the hell is he leaving to go to
Do you know
Cleveland?
who needs to
But we
step
know
up though, Tony? And you should talk about. I'm just wanting to give you a bit of a segue. Hollywood Brown is due.
Hollywood Brown is doing the Eagles, and he's the receiver
Hollywood Brown.
He's
He's returning.
There besides
He's
Saquon
returning.
Barkley. Yes, he's the receiver I was talking
No.
about. He's on the Eagles, correct? AJ Brown, right?
No. Hollywood Brown.
Who?
Hollywood Brown. Kansas City.
I thought that was
No.
AJ Brown. Oh, Kansas City. If he's on Kansas City, it's a wrap. Kansas City got this game. Xavier
Right.
Worthy and Hollywood Brown.
Yeah,
Wide receiver,
you got
correct.
it. What? And there's one more.
That's it.
Rashid Rice.
Is he playing?
He might.
But
So
here's
the
the
whole
thing, though,
thing.
Tony. On that, the Bills are defense has shown their ability to step up in a big game. This is his big game.
Coaching.
I got my
Great
damn Hollywood
turnovers.
Brown. Oh, I'm sorry.
So they
I got another question. Nelson Aguilar, where is he at?
don't know.
I'm trying to remember. Hang on.
The other thing I want to address, if we have time, is one of the most pain.
He was on the Ravens.
One of the painful things about being on a broadcast with Tony, but it's okay.
I got a list for you too.
So it's right here. It's right here, and when you're ready, we'll face this together as a family. So we have C.J. Stroud, who's only been in the league for 2 years, has more wins than all of these other quarterbacks who are getting monstrous money. There's one guy there named Dak Prescott.
Playoff
Right,
wins.
Dak
Playoff
Prescott.
wins is what you say.
9 years, two wins.
Tougher
2
division.
wins. Kirk Cousins, he's made more money than Walmart. Guess what?
How many times have I been telling you that all season?
He's had 1 win. One
In the playoffs.
Oh,
How many
it
times have I
doesn't
been
matter.
telling you
None of
all
that
season?
matters. It does not
It
matter.
does matter.
It
Bobby Shadow says, will Donald Trump be at a game today? I doubt
I
it.
love
think he's
Bobby
busy.
Shadow. Jeez. Who would
he's
ask
busy.
that question? That is so funny.
Bobby Shadow would.
They want him
That
to
is
be-
awesome.
So that doesn't surprise.
This shocks
Hi,
me.
Bobby.
Justin Herbert is yet to have a win. He did this year. He did.
Yeah, he doesn't have
this
playoff
year.
win, nope.
They won 1 game. They won 1 game this year. Remember?
Was that a wild card
Wild
or a playoff?
First round.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, wild card
Yeah.
gets you
Tua. Guess what? None.
in. None.
Ti-
None.
And this
None.
shocks me. I consider him a great quarterback, Kyler Murray.
He is a great quarterback. Kyler Murray, remember what I told you
Yeah.
about Kyler Murray? He's supposed to be the next
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson.
And Dijon, who is not a mustard, is not going to muster it this year, unfortunately.
He's supposed to have gotten a few of them by now.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, CJ Stroud is playing for the team. He was getting the playoff
Here's the
wins
other
for.
thing. First year in the league. Jaden Daniels. 2 wins. Didn't take him 9. Didn't take him 9 seasons.
Now, here's something
Yeah.
you could take. Rookie coming in, running through the playoffs. Do you know who Jaden Daniels is doing better than right now?
No, tell me. No
Ben
way.
Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger rookie season. What was his
I
record?
don't know.
Check that when you get
Yeah.
a chance.
That was BB King, by the way, that we had in the background there just for a moment.
Yeah.
Skinny BB King back
Yep.
in the day when the women used to chase him.
And Joe Bonamassa opened up for him at 7 years old. He's
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
He-
He's now the king, I think. of
he's
that.
a great. Yeah, whenever you mention him, I just think of Joe Bonamassa. He's just like 7 years old. That it's like the talent lives on through Joe Bonamassa. That performer there.
I saw him live one time. I swear my ears are still bleeding. It was so
They
loud.
probably are.
It was so loud.
probably
So Tony, is there anything you want to cover?
No, I don't have much. Looking like to me, Eagles, Chiefs, Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
I'm worried about Jalen.
Old
No,
team,
I think it's the other way.
old team going against the old coach. So it's a team versus the coach game. The Bills do have a possibility of pulling it off, and the Commanders have the possibility of pulling it off. We can't call this. Honestly, I cannot. I don't see any clear cut winner on either side. The clearest cut winner should be Kansas City, based on their history, and the Buffalo Bills' history says Kansas City should win. The Commanders and the Eagles, I have absolutely no damn idea who the hell's going to win this game. This is a battle between two teams, which are literally 2 hours from each other, and I would not want to be on that stretch of the highway. I can imagine.
Well, that's like their hockey teams. You get the hockey teams playing their. That's the
Yeah,
same
buddy.
thing, Tony.
Do you see
Dude,
that
this-
slide there, sir?
What slide?
Right here.
Oh.
No, it's what you're talking about. It's it's exactly what you're talking about right here.
Philly is Philly's at its best when it's pushing teams around, especially the run, picking spots deep, play dominant defense. There's going to be dominant defense on both sides. That's the biggest problem.
Why do you think Saquon is having these explosive runs? They are making massive holes for him.
They're making holes, and then he's creating areas.
And if he
because he ran through them on the Thursday night game. Remember that Thursday night game we were talking about when he was just going crazy, and even though they were losing the game, he already had 150 yards. Rehab was in the house.
Hello, Captain Rehab.
Good to see you, buddy. We're so glad you're here.
Massive.
Philly's got it to win, but Washington can't stop them. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
What happened here, buddy? And do they need to move on from him?
I think it was more than him that lost that game for Detroit.
Yeah. What?
Rehab. The thing with the Lions was you talked about the injuries.
Yeah.
You spoke on the injuries. That was the whole thing.
I thought he was great this year in the regular season. I saw elements in him I'd never seen. He was running.
He's been their quarterback, Mike. Honestly, no jokes. He has been their quarterback.
Yeah.
He just wasn't having those numbers. I've always been saying it. Yes.
Look at the size difference between these two men.
Is that Henry?
No, that's Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews.
That's Mark Andrews, the guy who dropped the.
Mark Andrews. Did you hear what Buffalo did? The fans of Buffalo.
Yeah.
No.
That's
I
nice.
heard they donated.
They sent a lot of money to his charity, which I thought was good as far as no comment.
Leave Swifty alone. Leave Swifty alone. He said no comment. She ain't done nothing, man. She hasn't done anything. She just goes to the games.
What is it about her you don't like, sir? I like that car.
No, there's too much emphasis on it. She's just another fan. Okay, and I leave it at that.
But she's not though. She's affecting.
She's not. She has no impact on the game. She's just another fan, a celebrity.
Totally
okay, at that.
Totally
and
disagree.
when it comes to football, it's just a basic football subject. She has no impact.
Before I go, because I have to go soon. So here's the thing.
How you gonna rush us because you got to go?
Here's
Your
the
ass
thing.
is too much.
Here's the thing. If they did the MVP, I'm being serious here, and I want your opinions. If they did the MVP for the whole season instead of the regular season, I think right now Saquon Barkley is the MVP or Josh Allen. It's one of those two right now. And even in the discussion should be Jaden Daniels. Am I overreacting here, or is this real?
No, you're not overreacting at all. Jaden Daniels just earned Rookie of the Year making it this far in the season, in my opinion. Lamar Jackson.
Can he get both?
I'm not sure.
Of course he could.
I don't see why.
But I think the vote's already done. I think it's already in the bag for Lamar because they vote pre-playoffs, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's commentators and players.
Yeah.
Big Juice was good.
Big Juice, Steve.
People love Lamar Jackson. He's big getting MVP. He just gets snubbed from the Super Bowl. Saquon Barkley, I'll be damned if he hasn't earned it. Jaden Daniels, hands down, Rookie of the season. I don't even see anybody taking him out, honestly. Josh
Fireman Rich, what do you think? What do you think?
What do I think about what? I have no idea what the Earl something award
No,
is.
not that. We're still talking about the MVPs. So, do you think they should
Oh,
do
I
for
think because you got the slide up and stuff.
the whole season? Well, you got so upset with
I think whoever
the
goes
Taylor
to
Swift.
well, I don't know. It depends if they've already done the votes. I don't know. It could
I
be.
don't think it's fair, personally.
They gave it to Lamar. I saw he got third MVP of the year.
Yeah, I would say if they've already did the votes, I think Lamar probably already has it over uh, uh, Josh Allen because of his basic stats are more. And to throw Barkley had a good year and stuff like that, but they very rarely give it to a running back.
You know who gives great commentary, believe it or
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
when he's not an idiot, is Captain Rehab.
Rehab's phenomenal. That's why we want him around, man.
Yeah.
I'll
Thank you,
be
buddy,
wanting
for
Rehab around. Rehab knows his sports. I'll be wanting him around, man.
it's all that showering. I think that's it keeps his view clean.
Can you stay on top?
Rich to play linebacker.
Have you know anyone to have such long hair as he has this season? I think he's believing he's going to win if he has the long hair, or it's more
Exactly.
cushion.
Yeah. They were not much different than Derrick Henry. I 100% agree. I 100% agree. That was a
Yeah,
discussion. Who was better, and it was going to take whoever lasted longer in the season. Now, mind you, right now Saquon's going farther, but Derrick Henry had a phenomenal season.
Oh yeah, both
Oh,
hands down, hands down. You can't.
Phenomenal.
so entertaining.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, he didn't need a hole. He made one.
hmm I
Like
wanted,
he was not afraid to take somebody on,
when I
especially.
started the league, I wanted everybody there. I wanted you included, Mike.
Mhm.
I appreciate Rich for pulling alongside riding with me on this for real. Rich been riding with me. He wasn't even big on fantasy. He just been coming through learning and contributing his way. I wanted Rehab there because I've had discussions with him. I wanted Nancy there. Nancy knows her football as well. Glick was in here. We were starting this off great. Ted knew his stuff. Brian knew his stuff. We had everything. That's why we wanted everybody for the broadcast. But everybody's got different schedules, and that's fine. But I do appreciate each and every last one of y'all for when you all have been here, and I mean that. When I
Nobody's been more committed than Fireman Rich, though.
He's
Nobody.
been right there riding with us. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think
I
he's
just
more
like
committed
the
than you are.
podcast.
There we go.
He can't help himself, Rich. He can't. He can't. He can't.
There you go. So this was the biggest bonehead move of last year.
It's-
Getting
I'm
rid of him.
surprised me.
taking Eagles Chiefs for the Super Bowl right now. Since my regular prediction got blasted, big juice. That's why I think MVP should go to Saquon. Rehab. Let me say this. It was going to go down to who lasted longer during the season, even through the postseason. So right now, it's going to have to go to Saquon. But Derrick Henry has nothing to be ashamed of, nor should he be shunned for the season he had. Honestly, I will say that. Eagles won the Bills. Chiefs won the 49ers. Yeah, Chiefs are going to win. Chiefs are going
I
to win.
say otherwise.
Yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see how it goes.
I think he's fond of this guy. I've heard of him before. I think
Great
Josh Allen.
quarterback. We got some great quarterbacks on a lot of teams, and he's just one of them. And he's going to take his team to the Super Bowl after the win today.
Do you know what I love about him? He doesn't drop the ball.
And then,
Excellent point.
and
Excellent.
if I bring up a comment that Michael made at the beginning of this month, Josh Allen will not win a Super Bowl while on the Bills.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I got it right here. I got to remind you of this as far as that goes. And here's
Did you read it off?
Here's another great quarterback with a historical quarterback, Joe Burrows. Joe Burrows is a great quarterback in his own right. He's in that category of Dan Marino. He's got the numbers. He just needs to be on a team. While he's on a team, they just got to get their act together. As far as Cincinnati can be scary. And like Michael had brought up before, Joe Burrows, he scares other teams because he has that potential. Who's this guy?
Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh God. Rich said I got to bring up something I wrote down. Josh Allen will not win the Super Bowl. He was the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, Mike said that. I got it written right
I
here.
said this. I don't normally do that because now
I hope I'm wrong.
we'll see. We'll see this.
Did y'all see? Listen, that's a clip right there.
Yeah,
We got a great clip right
absolutely.
there. Josh Allen will not win the Super Bowl while he's with
Yeah.
the Buffalo Bills. I got it right here. I know how Rich does. He looks right at the camera. I got it right here.
I got a shitload of post-its right over here on things, so that's how I remind the thing. I got my chess. I lost in chess here last week. I got my ass handed to me after winning the last two.
Mm-mm. Closing thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go get some breakfast. 2 games. Make your picks. All of you DraftKings, FanDuels, Prize Pick people. My gamble is going to be Kareem Hunt, Samaje Perine getting numbers today. Everybody else is a given. And how you going to work your budget out? But something's telling me Kareem Hunt, Samaje Perine is going to get some surprising numbers, even though they're on the same team. And both of them are pretty much playing on the same side of the ball. 2 of them should be getting some numbers. I've been noticing that. I have been noticing that. Eagles, Chiefs be my predictions. Washington is a major threat. Buffalo has it, but I don't think they're going to win it. If they win it, that'll be the shocker. That will be the shocker. The biggest shocker will be a Washington Buffalo Super Bowl. Look. Somebody give Canada an NFL team.
That is a great combination. Do you want to go next, Rich?
Well, I'm picking, of course, Washington. Sorry, Captain Rehab, but Philly wins. That'll be great. It should be a good game. That should be a really good game at 3:00. The Bills, of course, I've already made it known. I'm a Bills fan, and Bills are going to upset Kansas City. Bills have a robust running attack with players like James Cook and Ray Davis, who we haven't mentioned. Their ability to control the game on the ground is going to help manage the clock and keep the Chiefs' high-powered offense off the field with Mahomes. We have a dual threat in Josh Allen that he's not only a threat in the air, but he has some legs. His ability to scramble and convert on third downs, it's monstrous. Now, Kansas City, there's always a chance of them winning. But I think the tools are in favor of the Buffalo Bills, and they're going to win and go to Super Bowl and eventually win the Super Bowl. Oh, well, I'm picking Chiefs. Rich, take that. Okay, Captain Rehab, no problem. What's that, Tony?
Rehab's an idiot.
No, it's Captain Rehab. You take, we know him long enough. We know stuff. It's like his commentary. So, we should have some good football. I mean, these are the cream of the crops. These teams that are playing today, and for the AFC and NFC championships, and it's just going to be the overall. The bottom line is it's good for football as far as that goes, because we're able to have conversations like we had here for the last hour and stuff, and that's what's very interesting. More so, as far as and our different perspectives and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that.
33 cents an hour. I want to thank everybody for coming through this whole broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, 5-man Richard in the morning.
Slide.
Coffee, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
Final commentary.
Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Rumble Studio, Twitch, X/Twitter. Y'all check my man out, Rich. I appreciate you as always. Go ahead, Mike.
Got to put this slide up, man.
Actually, I want to.
Thank you. Okay.
I feel like I'm in class. Taking me back to high school with all these damn slides.
Here we go. So,
yes.
How do the people in New York sleep at night knowing they let him go?
They didn't let him go.
The team did. The New York fans, they were.
How does anybody in New York sleep at night knowing they let this happen?
What the hell kind of shit is that? They didn't do it.
It's a team. It's a team.
They were incensed when he left. You know that, right?
I think a lot of New York Giant fans are happy for him, but they're not too happy with the team.
Yes.
But I think they're happy for him being a Giant fan.
Well said.
Because he's on a team where he can perform to his max capability.
Yes.
He wasn't even given that opportunity because, let's face it, the Giants they were crap this year.
I beg to differ because he was getting the ball. He just
the line. They weren't making the holes like the Philadelphia.
Yes,
the Philadelphia line is
it's
it's apples and oranges on their lines as far as that goes.
Okay, we ready? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This guy has to step up. It's got to step up today if they're going to have any chance of winning. He's going to have to.
That's the Hollywood Brown I thought you was talking about. So that's
He's got to earn his money today. He's got to read his book that he's been reading.
wait, whoa, 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 whoa.
Did you
Let me
hear
throw this
about
out
that
there.
book?
I love the book. I love the book.
That,
He earns his money. They just not throwing the
that
ball
book
his way.
earned some money too on that game.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Bobby Shadow was in the house, brah. He's on Twitch. He was on TikTok. Bobby, I saw you over there. Appreciate you
Yeah.
coming through. Yeah, I got you, Rehab. That's all it was. You said that earlier. Exactly. You said that earlier. You said that earlier. I got you. AJ Brown's a
Hmm.
beast. Been a beast. Just gotta give him the ball. That's why he read that book on the side. He wasn't getting the ball.
Yeah, that's
That's
it.
all it is.
He said it helped get him in state, so he'd be ready.
Yep. And you all see that guy down there,
Yeah.
Michael Bathurst, hashtag Stud MGB. That's the other guy who runs around with us. What else you got,
Let's
Mike?
go.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Now, some people have great belief in this guy. Some people believe that he is going to go all the way. If I could have, like an evil influence on it, for me, I would love to see the Commanders and him fight it out. That would be the ultimate. But I know in my heart of
Hmm.
hearts, it's going to be Philly again and Casey. I hope I'm wrong, but I would be so happy to see either one. If Josh won, I'll be screaming out the window in joyous.
Okay, let's make this interesting. Kansas City Commanders Super Bowl. Your thoughts?
Don't underestimate them.
Either team.
I'm sorry?
Either team. Either don't underestimate either
Right.
team. I would
Like,
agree.
don't get Commanders have the ability to win. They can beat anybody.
Yes,
If
they
they've
do.
shown it all year. They thought it was
Yes, they
fluky.
do.
The same way that KC was winning. They find ways to win. It's not glorious. That's the other thing though with Buffalo. Buffalo finds ways to win. They find and he is a big part of it and he's healthy. That's what I love. We have a chance
So
today
let's switch it up.
because that guy is healthy. Jalen Hurts
So let's
isn't.
switch it up. Let's
Yep.
switch it up. Buffalo, Philly Super Bowl. Yeah. Yeah. All hands on deck. Let's go ahead and get our cheese dip and our
Wow.
cheese and our
See,
torpedo scoops ready for that one.
I think they have a better chance of beating KC than they do Philly. Sorry. Philly is so complete a team that they'll find the weaknesses within Buffalo. Where Case,
I dare say all four teams are complete teams. All four teams are complete.
Commanders are performing miracles with what they have, buddy. Buffalo Bills
They
are
still complete.
performing miracles with what they have. Nobody has an all-star roster, unfortunately, like Fly Eagles Fly. They have so many.
I disagree.
Okay.
I disagree. Kansas City has an all-star roster. Let's look at it. Let's look at it. Xavier Worthy,
Hmm.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey. I'm going to throw Kareem Hunt in there as an all-star running
Really?
back. I will throw him up.
I,
That man's
I,
a
I,
beast. Give him
you know
the
what?
ball. He will
Isaac
be your
Pacheco might win
superstar.
it for them today.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Isaiah
you don't
Pacheco's
know.
another
You
one.
don't know. I love this man, by the way. I
Rest in peace to Bob Uecker. I appreciate you bringing that up. Yes, yes, yes,
a
yes, yes. Rest
wonderful
in peace to
man.
Bob Uecker.
Uh,
If you ever saw the movie Major League, that's the one that said
I
just a
think
bit
he's
outside.
one
That
that
was
would
Fort
write
Arizona.
notes of things I said and put them on his desk.
Just like Fireman
I think
Rich.
he would. I think he would. This is sad.
This is 1 second, please. I think they do rehab. I'm not even being funny. I think they do.
Is this
Yeah,
not sad, guys? 24 years, longest active playoff win drought. 24 years, 22 years, 14 years.
it is terrible. Didn't the Bears wait. When was that Super Bowl they were in? What year was that?
Bears?
It might have been 14. It might have been
Yeah.
14 years ago, buddy.
Has it
It
been that
has,
long?
and it goes to
Damn.
show you how old you are and how much you're in denial.
I know how it is. I'm not
I
in
love
denial.
this photo. I just wanted
Denial
to
is
show
good.
this. This is what real love is here. See, the dad is seeing
Mhm.
his son. His son is seeing his dad. I thought that was the sweetest thing. He also has a beautiful woman. That is a good life. Okay,
That
there
is
we go.
awesome, right?
This is a deadly combination. These two. It's a deadly combination. They.
That's an NFL record for one
Hmm.
season. So Brady and Gronkowski didn't do that.
I don't know, but you keep throwing stats out that are just off the. And you assume that the people making the slides are on crack. Okay,
I wonder about
so
Keith
so
Townsend.
here
Yes, go ahead.
is the most underrated coach in the league.
Most underknown. I don't know jack about this guy. Said, but
I got you. Really appreciate it. That's Dan Campbell. Looks like.
Yeah, he was with the Cowboys. He was with the Cowboys. Yeah, yeah. Look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's not Campbell. It's Quinn.
Dan Quinn. How about okay? So Dan Quinn. He was with the Cowboys. He was also with
Right.
Atlanta.
I know.
Yeah.
And yeah. Can you write that down on your
Yeah.
little pad there, Parametric? Just he got the name wrong. Okay. This is what happened this year.
And that's Michael Bathurst looking like Fred.
This is they got Scooby Doo. They were the villains. They were caught pretending to be more than they were, unfortunately. And here's the thing. I'm circling him right here. He needs to change it up. He's
we're
been there
going to
too.
Scooby Doo characters on Michael's slides now.
Absolutely. Here we go. Now, we talked about this. I just want to do it briefly before I go. Here we go. Fantasy football.
You've been trying to leave for 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
Fantasy football next year. All of these are excellent choices. All of these could have breakout seasons.
Rehab, you stupid. I'm going to run with Penix for the season next season.
I
As a
like Bo
quarterback.
Nix. He's really impressed me along
Yeah.
with Daniels, both of them. And
I
Drake
really
May,
like Drake
he's up-
May.
Drake May is up there, and their back. I can't think of their backup quarterback on New England is pretty decent too. Yes,
Really?
I can't think of his name, but
I know who you mean. I know who you mean. Yeah.
I've seen him play, when they were playing when all the teams were sitting down. They were highlighting them and stuff like that.
Okay, I want to.
This has been a conversation
Yes.
during the week. Yes, Mike, this has been a conversation during the week. It has.
Yeah, I think if he wins this, he is now the GOAT.
No, not compared to Brady.
No, they said Brady never won 3
Nobody
straight.
has.
I don't think you're a GOAT by winning 3 straight and stuff like that because
It's pretty hard to do,
I
buddy.
don't think it's he's a great quarterback. Okay, he's among the greats and stuff like that. But that's like saying LeBron James is.
He can't even look at that. Do you know
over,
why?
Jordan
That's
among
like
IC
someone burning down his house.
It's a number of championships. It's a number of championships overall and stuff like that. And I think to be the GOAT, he's right up there with Brady, though, with the gameplay. The quarterbacks that we see, I'm not cutting them down, but to say the GOAT, it's overall as far as championships. That's how I think I measure the GOAT. That's just me.
This is the coach.
I understand
This
what
is the
you're saying.
coach I wish Buffalo would acquire. Not sorry. I know Andy Reid's going nowhere.
Sean McVay.
Yeah,
Sean McVay?
if they could get Sean McVay, they would have the missing piece. And you can write that on your piece of paper. If they got him, then they've got a chance. They've got a chance of winning.
I don't think they're missing any pieces, honestly. Buffalo's not missing any pieces at all. They just got to win a Super Bowl.
They have a great coach already, Michael.
Yes, they got everything
Two
they
best
need.
coaches
Just got to
in the
win a
league
Super
are right here, right there. I
think
know
so. The two
best in the league, right there. He's brilliant, buddy. He's
Sean
Einstein
McVay is
brilliant.
Yes, he is brilliant. He is.
He can baffle you with nothing. He does it all the time. I don't know how the Rams did as well as they did this year. If
Just
it
like
wasn't-
you're baffling us with nothing.
You got it.
I had to say that. I had to say that. I couldn't resist, Michael. I'm sorry.
Smoke and mirrors. No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Fireman Rich with the shots, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you think of this? He's
Easy.
he's
rehab.
open to this. He's been open to this for a while because he loves Tomlin.
He probably wants to get out of New York too. But would he get the ball in Pittsburgh is the question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Would he get the ball?
So
one of the greats, you have to say.
his last
he is.
game, guys. Not bad. He was 90% of their well, it was the 90. I think he was like 70% of their offense last week. And this is what Fireman Rich was
Yeah,
talking
they
about.
have to contain him because he can. If he gets on a roll, it just that's all the team needs is you look at Baltimore, who they have Henry. When he got on the roll, I was scared of Henry when Baltimore was playing the Bills because they contained him, and I said, oh, there's a chance of them winning. That was a very close game. If he was running any more, Baltimore would be playing Kansas City today, not Buffalo.
They almost
Yeah,
would have. They
almost.
would almost
Yeah,
have.
and it was, and I think any Buffalo Bill fan would say that was a lucky win with
Easily.
Anderson dropping that ball. It's just like it was heart wrenching, probably for Baltimore, but win is a win. The winning team moves on.
When you, now go back to that, Mike. Please go back a slide. That's why Lamar should be MVP. I remember when Derrick Henry said that at the press conference. I mean,
Yeah.
at the post game interview. He said he went up there. He said, "I ain't doing nothing. This is all Lamar."
So he
He said, "This is all Lamar." He took some of the pressure off of Lamar just by being
Oh
there
yeah,
around
they
Lamar.
they double team him because of the
Yes.
player he is and stuff, and that
And he stiff arms the hell out of him. And rehab, I agree. If he'd caught that ball for that 2 point conversion, we'd be talking
yeah,
about them
yeah, I
running
agree
stadium
with
going
that,
crazy
Captain
because they
Rehab. That's there's no doubt.
so I have grave fears, and this will be my last slide, guys. Um,
I don't believe you.
the he is not going to be the same now with the pieces he's lost. He's lost two major key pieces. To,
Who did he lose? Discuss that. We got a minute for that. I want to hear who did he
okay,
lose? Is not coming
who's
back
going
next
to New
season.
York?
The
Okay,
coach. I
he's
got you.
gone, and his
Aaron Glenn.
and his
Aaron
other
Glenn.
coach went to the
Who?
Bears.
So you don't think he has anybody to take
I
their
think
spots?
they ran the show. I think he is good for motivating. I think he's good
Mm-hmm.
for getting his players the morale right up. But the real true
Mm-hmm.
core brains
Mm-hmm.
were those coaches. He had and
Okay.
that's why he's not. It's and then he just promoted somebody who's only been in the league
Okay.
3 years as a coach.
Okay.
So I think it's gonna impact them. Um, they are really good though in the draft.
Yeah.
They are phenomenal at getting key players.
What is tomorrow the
Detroit
Detroit
Lions,
Lions?
phenomenal.
They'll be
And
fine. That means
the
they'll be
only
back.
person who's probably better than them in the draft, and to the point where I honestly think they're cheating half the time, is Philly. Philly always gets great players.
They just started to.
You don't think so in the last 3 4 years?
Maybe in the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
3 4 years. So saying they just.
Okay, guys, thank you. I appreciate this. This has been great. Wonderful.
Richie, you
I
good
am
over there?
fantastic. Really appreciate Michael with the slides there and stuff. I bring, like I said, it's
Yeah, Mike brings the info. All jokes aside, I didn't have much. I wasn't going to cover much, so
yeah.
Mike bringing everything was all right. Really
I worked
atmospheric.
on this
He
all week
nestled
for
with
you,
it.
buddy. I
I believe you. 'Cause I was seeing the AI music. I'm quite sure that's what the AI music was doing, playing while you were back there putting stuff together, and I
yeah.
believe it.
But no, it's been a
I
great
believe it.
season, and I really hope the Rich gets
So
his.
you're going to have a Bell Kings next Sunday there, Tony, too. That's just a follow up or
We're
whatever.
gonna have lots to
What,
talk about.
just
You
okay,
might.
all
You
right.
can.
Because like I
How
said,
about
I'm curtailing my Let's Talk Football this week as far as uh, with the
Rich?
results.
How about this? If Josh wins, we'll do the broadcast.
No, no, it
How
doesn't
about
matter.
that?
It's
How
not
about
just
that?
it's
You
Tony's
can
show.
write that
No,
on your note.
no, I'm not. No, the no.
Well, we can make your show Wednesday
No,
night if you're
I
going
don't
under. We
think I'm
can make
gonna
your show
because
Wednesday.
there's not really. Like I said, we only
We're
went
gonna
through
have a lot
yesterday.
to talk about if Josh
I don't
wins.
want to really. Uh, it just may be Super Bowl Sunday. I know you'll be broadcasting, and then we can.
And see, next week there won't be much to talk about because it'll be a
Yeah, it's a
skip.
skip weekend, stuff like that. So,
Skip week.
as far as just coming up talking about sports in general, yeah. So, playoff showdown, yeah. The stats. I don't look
Might
at the
just shoot the
stats because they're
converter.
both equal quarterbacks. There's going to there's
Yes.
the dynamics of how the game will be played today. And
Patrick Mahomes, though, 16 playoff wins. That's crazy. And
doesn't.
3
It's
losses.
not a factor in the game as far as coming
No,
through.
no, anybody can win any given Sunday. I just said that, right?
Rehab says we need a show. Rehab also says you can't leave like that because you're supposed to ask for gratitude. So get to work.
So these are two
And
great
then just
quarterbacks. I don't think have you look at there's been a handful of great quarterbacks, but I think with these two, along with Lamar Jackson, the other quarterbacks, I think there's just the quarterback field is monstrous this time of year. Well, this in the historical standings as far as with the NFL and stuff. They just back in the day when I was growing up, you had Roger Staubach and who was the Green Bay Packer? Bart Starr. Now I'm age dating
Bart Starr,
myself.
yes.
I can remember Bart Starr playing.
Dated. Gentlemen, I'm good if
I'm
you're good.
good.
Yep.
We're all right. We'll shut this down, throw this over there on Rumble. Everybody in the chat, appreciate you. Rehab, man, thanks for coming through. Tina, thank you for coming through. Big Juice, thank you for coming through. Bobby Shadow, thank you for coming through. Sadie, thank you for coming through. People over there on TikTok rolling through. Brian, the original co-host, thank you for coming through. Enjoy yourself out there. Be safe. Make sure you get back, man. You know we got to get caught up. Who else? I don't want to miss anybody, forget anybody, not remember anybody. Give credit to everybody. Golf Hawk, the league champ, was in the house. Appreciate you, dog. Thamma was in here. I think that covers everybody. Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank y'all for coming through. Go check out Unnecessary Roughness. I know he came on last night. I'm not sure if he's gonna come on again today, but we're gonna drop down. Go get you some food. Go clean up what you can. We got two big
Oh, it's
games
going to be
today.
big.
Two
Brian, I just
NFL
sent
games.
that out to Brian out of love right there. I know he's nursing, the heartache and
Shots
the brokenness
fired.
of choices. You should write that on your pad there, buddy. Okay. Okay.
Shots fired. He gonna get you too. Don't worry. He gonna get you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, 39 cents of odds. Thank